Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm super excited to show you how to build the new and improved portable vertical storage rack that's perfect for any type of workshop. After using a previous design with wooden rails and having it break under the weight and stress of my cases, I've upgraded that original design to feature all aluminum side rails for longevity. In addition, I'm recycling my original storage bins from the previous unit to keep costs down. So let's get started. A complete list of recommended tools and materials for this project, including dimensions and specifications, are available as a free download in the description link below. Be sure to read the assembly instructions manual thoroughly before you begin. It covers everything you'll need to know in great detail. First up, we're rebuilding the new and improved guide rails. These will support the weight of all the cases fully loaded and should outlast the previous design. With the 1x2 aluminum angles trimmed down to 12-inch lengths, use a strip of tape and mark off the locations for each hole to be drilled and countersunk. Then, hammer each mark with a center punch. Load the drill bit size for a 3/4 inch long flathead number 10, screw with the countersink bit attachment into a drill press to ensure an even opening and drill 5 holes per angle. Repeat this step 22 times. Deburr all the sharp exposed edges from both ends and round off all corners. Next, we'll cut the plywood sidewalls, as shown in the instructions manual available as a free download in the description below. Instead of buying a whole sheet of plywood, I purchased a 4 foot by 4 foot of 3/4 inch BC plywood, as well as a 2 foot by 4 foot sheet, also of the same material. This will support the entire rack, so it needs to be accurately cut and squared. The critical step here is to mark the inner sidewalls as shown in the instructions manual to locate all of the aluminum angles. All of the dimensions are taken off the bottom to ensure proper alignment. To simplify things, both sidewalls are universal, making this assembly foolproof. This step involves screwing each individual aluminum L angle rail to the inside of the sidewalls. Using the pen marks as a guide from the previous step, locate each aluminum L angle by aligning the bottoms of it with the inscribed pen mark. Take note that the aluminum rails are 5/8 of an inch setback into the side panel's front edge. Do this 11 times per sidewall and set aside. Repeat this step for the other sidewall. Now measure the top panel to locate the screws that will hold the unit in place. Use a drill, but to open the through holes to attach the top panel with the back wall of the rack. There is no need to use a countersink attachment for this procedure, since the screws will sit flush into the wood. At this stage, we are now ready to assemble the main cabinet together. Flip the top panel over and underneath, where you just drilled the through holes, place a small bead of wood glue along that edge. Then, lift one of the side walls and align both corners with the corner clamp. Before you tighten it, adjust as needed by tapping it with the hammer to set it in place. Using the previously drilled holes in the top panel as a guide, drill out the pilot holes through them so the wood doesn't split. Insert the 5 drywall screws by hand to prepare them for insertion. Keep the corner as square as possible when doing this step and make sure that the bottom edge outer corners are flush with each other. Remove the corner clamp, clean any overspilled glue, and repeat for the bottom panel. Now, assemble the opposite side wall, repeating the previous steps mentioned. Insert the 5 drywall screws by hand to prepare them for insertion. Keep the corner as square as possible when doing this step and make sure that the bottom edge outer corners are flush with each other. With the 4 sides in place, attach the back wall by running a thin bead of glue along the long back edges for each side wall. Make sure not to use too much glue or it will overspill outward. Align and press the back wall into place. Use the hammer to ensure proper fit and tack in place with the brad nail gun. Now finish the back installation with the brad nails along the long side edges. To install the casters, flip the cabinet upside down. Off camera, I trimmed the 2x4 stud into 4 pieces and added glue to the bottom panel. Start from the front, place the 2x4 in place, and clamp it down from the middle. Then use the nail gun from the inside to tack in place. After the 2 small 2x4 side frames have been glued and nailed, install the back frame also with glue, press down firmly, and nail from the inside. Using the caster as a template, Align about 1/8 inch away from each outside corner and outline each of the hole locations. Then use the drill to open 4 pilot holes for each of the lag bolts so the wood doesn't split. Align the first caster with the drilled out pilot holes and use the socket wrench to insert each of the lag bolts in place. Repeat the previous step for the second caster and the third. And finally, the last one. After you flip the unit upright, you can paint it as I did or leave it raw wood. At this point, you can reload it with the cases, and there you have it. A durable mobile vertical rack with 168 transportable storage bins that can handle all the weight you throw at it. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more projects. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future builds. Happy building, and I'll see you next time.